Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about different things related to Sitecore. I am diving into Sitecore architecture. I'm going to talk about Azure, going to talk about Sitecore on AWS, uh, also Sitecore on Kubernetes, and pretty much anything and everything on about Sitecore. This particular video, we're talking about Access Result Cache. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is I've been seeing a lot of Sitecore implementations where this particular cache has not been properly sized uh, and utilized, which can lead to potential performance issues. So I want to bring attention to this cache and just talk about what this cache is and what are some things to look out for and how to go about to fixing them. So summary of this video is we're going to talk about what is the access result cache first, symptoms of undersized access result cache, and then what to do if you experience issues and what issues those might be. So what is the access result cache? Each time a user accesses an item, access rights for the item are resolved and cached in the access result cache. Users' access rights are stored in cache in order to improve performance. This way, we don't have to access, or Sitecore doesn't have to resolve the security rights each time an item needs to be accessed. A cache entry consists of a key and a value. A value result is a simple allow or deny. In addition, also, there's an explanation why the result is an allow and why the result is deny. What are some symptoms of undersized access result cache? One of the symptoms is large number of cache is cleared in the logs. So basically, you can see a lot of warnings where Sitecore is logging that access result cache has been cleared. We're going to see how those logs look like on the next slide. Another way to do that is to use a cache analysis tool to confirm access result cache is at or near its max size. So any tool will work. You can even use the Sitecore cache.aspx page, which generally works fine on the CM, content management, but it's a little trickier to access on the content delivery servers. But anything really will work. Any way you can just view the what the cache is doing will be enough. And finally, the last symptom is just general Sitecore performance issues. Site is slow. Maybe you click on certain items and content editor is not loading fast, or any number of performance issues really. So this is how the cache clearing log looks like in your logs. So if you see a lot of, generally, if there is an issue with the access result cache, there will be a lot of these warnings in the logs. This particular access result cache size has been set to 9 megabytes, and it's very low. Actually, 9 megabytes is a very low number. Usually, you start with at least 300 megabytes on a typical site. Another way is using a cache analysis tool. So any tool that helps you view cache data will suffice. But this particular screenshot is from Rackspace Hydra. This tool does comprehensive cache analysis among other things, but we're just focusing on just this screenshot. You can see this tool just tells you how many times the cache has been evicted or cleared. Also, what the current state of the cache is, which is 27 times here, what the current size of the cache is, which is 313 out of 600 megabytes, 53%. Max size is 600 megabytes, and also gives you recommendation based on the current size and also if there's any evictions and how many evictions there are. In this case, recommendation is to increase to 780. So what are some of the things you can do if you experience issues? There's a couple of things you can do. You can increase cache size, that's access result cache size, by creating a patch file or with a patch file. Another thing you can do is you can try to disable security checks, or finally, you can also try to specify an absolute expiration time for access result cache. So let's go over these in a little more detail. Increase cache size by creating a patch file. This is one of the most common and easiest ways to fix access result cache issues. You simply just create a patch file. In this case, we patch the access result cache size to 500 megabytes. And if I were to put this in a Sitecore instance that has 9 megabyte for this cache, and now we increase it to 500 megabytes, this is going to make a big difference. So this is one of the easiest and most common ways to resolve this issue. Another way is to disable security checks. So if you do not need or use Sitecore security on the CD servers, then you can try to disable all security checks with a patch file. So simply just don't even worry or don't even care about access result cache. And this is the patch file for that. You just basically just set it on the web database, security enabled, set to false, and that just disables all the checks. So you don't have to worry about the cache. Sitecore is not going to check for security, but be careful or make sure there's no security requirements on your website. So if you have certain restricted areas, if you have certain content that only certain users can see, or basically anything that has to do with security, then you probably can't go this route. But it's an option that you can consider. Finally, one of the final ways or final way to try to resolve access result cache issues is just you can try to set the absolute expiration on the cache security data with a patch file. So there's a setting. It's caching.security cache expiration, and default value for this setting is 0, meaning the access result cache never expires. That's why you see in some instances access result cache can grow to multiple gigabytes worth of data. So if you find that your access result cache is growing too large, or if you have too many evictions, you can try to set this setting. I just put in here 48 hours, just as an example. You can play with different settings. You can try, a couple hours or a couple of days, so whatever works in your scenario. I wouldn't do any any low values because it wouldn't be beneficial for this cache to be cleared too often. And that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos about Sitecore and share this video. I appreciate you watching, and please leave any comments below about what you want to see in the future, or if you have any comments or suggestions. Thank you. Until next time.